Good. Hi guys, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Steph.
And today we are doing a Q and Gay. You guys asked some tons of questions. This is great. I think we should just
fire it up.
Get right into it.
I belong to you.
You're a little snuffly.
I have lost a bit of my voice. So first question.
Okay. Oh, we're going right into it, right? Yeah, I like that.
Is it okay to go through stages of not being sure if you could be bi or lesbian? The struggle is real. I feel like I get this question all the time from people who aren't sure how to label themselves. And I think it just comes back to the do we really need labels question. And I think that labels are super important, and I think that they work for a lot of people, and I also think that they're really not that important. And if you don't identify with one specific label, you don't have to.
Yeah, I agree. I think people like put too much pressure on themselves. I feel like if they're like, oh my goodness, I am a lesbian or I am bisexual, like just don't put too much pressure on yourself. You got to figure out for yourself, and if someone asks, be like, I don't know, like maybe into both, like who cares, right? But I think the pressure from even like inside like the LGBTQ plus community is like sometimes a lot too. So like don't put too much pressure on yourself, like do you, be you, and you know what?
Yeah. And I think with lesbians too, I think in the beginning you're like kind of sucks because we're still living in a world where when you're born everyone just assumes that you're straight,
right? So
that when you do come out you're like, okay, I think I might be attracted to girls, but then do I still like guys because that's kind of what I've been told that I should,
or used to even.
Yeah, or you actually do like both, which
totally.
is they're both totally valid. And so I know a lot of people kind of make fun of people for going through like a bi phase before you commit to fully being a lesbian, which who cares? If that's the way that you ease into it, then great. Or if you just actually are bisexual, then that's, people want to feel like I can 1,000,000% say this is what I am when I'm about to tell people what I am, because it's hard to be like, hey, I'm not really sure if I'm this or that, but I'm telling you that I'm something. But you don't really have to decide.
No, I agree.
So
it is hard.
I feel like I'm super comfortable with saying I'm a lesbian because I know, but if I were bi, I don't know, maybe some, like, just because you're into a woman at the time, you're like, okay, does this mean I'm actually gay? I think it would be confusing. I don't know, I shouldn't speak on behalf of bisexuals or whatever, but I think it would be a lot tougher to, like, pin it down if you really were attracted to both sexes.
I agree.
I want a serious relationship with someone, but meeting other gay people is really hard. Do I have to go out more?
It's hard nowadays. I feel like, well, you have online dating that you can do. I feel like you can slide into someone's DMs if you want. But like, yeah, like I feel like putting yourself out there in whatever way, whether it's you go out, go to a bar, do an activity, a sports team. I feel like a team thing. Just get yourself out there. It doesn't have to be at the bar. No. Like it could be literally anywhere, and I feel like you'll get the vibe, and that's the best way to meet people if you want to like find someone to be friends with or date. I feel like you have to put yourself out there.
Also, whether you're straight or gay, if you're just gonna sit on your couch at home, pretty much the most you can do then is be online, because you're not gonna meet anyone sitting on your couch, which honestly, girl, like I don't want to have to go out that much either, so I feel you. But yeah, like Steph said, it doesn't have to be at a bar.
There's so many activities I feel like in clubs or events or volunteer. We've talked to some people now that have joined like volunteer groups that have now found like a really close connection with people. So there's,
and you might not meet the person that you're going to date, but you might open you to some friends who then might have friends who you could date and stuff like that. So just expanding your circle, I think, will really help meet other gay people.
100%. You have to put yourself out there.
You do have to put yourself out there, which can be rough.
No risk.
It'll also be really fun. Yeah, exactly. I get nervous around women more than men. Am I gay? No, I don't know. I think women can be. I think women can be intimidating. I don't know if that's just because I'm gay, so I'm like, oh, women are more intimidating. But no, I don't think I don't think you can say that you're gay because when did you realize that you were into girls? I realized when I was about 14, I think, is when I really was like, oh yeah.
You didn't realize before then?
I don't think so.
You just thought you were a bro.
Yeah, like looking back, there are definitely signs and inklings, but I think 14 was the first time that I was like, oh god, I think I'm like romantically and sexually attracted to not men.
I first like kind of had those feelings when I was in college, so it was a little bit later. But yeah.
What year? Like 18?
Sophomore, junior year.
Okay.
1920-ish.
Late bloomer.
Late to the party.
Okay. Oh, just gonna slip this in here really quickly. We do want to say thanks so much to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring this video. Dollar Shave Club has you covered when it comes to all of your grooming needs, shower, oral care, deodorants, and most importantly, shaving.
That is very important.
Even in the winter. Right? Even in the winter. Sent us their ultimate shave starter kit.
The best part about it is that they'll send you trial sizes at the very beginning, so then you can test them out, see what you like, and then they'll send you full sizes. And it's a subscription, but you can choose whenever you want it, whether you want it like bi-weekly or something just even like 3 times a year. They send you the executive razor, pretty fancy, and the blades, and then they'll send you more blades. They also have prep scrub, which is really good for exfoliating, especially in the winter time.
Get sort of all that dead skin before you shave, which is
ideal.
Necessity. Yeah.
And then we have the shave butter here, so that's really good for razor bumps, which is good for like bikini lines or sensitive areas like your beard. And we have the post-shave dew, which is really good for a light and soothing finish. So after you're done shaving, you put this on and it feels so much nicer, nice and cooling effect. And all this stuff smells super good.
I am not a gentle shaver, so I feel like I really need all of that, especially with actually the prep scrub is my favorite because my legs get really dry, especially in the winter. So when I do use that, I find that my legs are so much more ready to like have a blade go across the dry, crusty winter skin. They also sent us the 3-ounce post-shave cream. It's not part of the starter set, but it's really good to keep your skin hydrated after you shave. If you want to test it out, you can go to dollarshaveclub.com/Kristen to get your starter set for $5.
$5.
Okay, back into it. Okay. Say what you want to say. You always love to say it. You say it every time.
Here we go? Yeah, I do say here we go.
But you always say, back to our regularly scheduled program.
So
I know. Sorry. I know. It sounds bad. It sounds terrible. What is the gayest thing that you own? I feel like I have a very... It's obviously... Like, that's obviously the answer. Not that that's only gay, but I was like...
No, but I'm thinking the gayest thing.
Like, if I'm gonna lie, I can think of something else.
Like my rainbow t-shirt?
Yeah.
Like, nah, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here.
How do I flirt with a stranger or tell that a girl is gay?
We said we were gonna do just a purely, like a video on this, because that's kind of funny.
I think like flirting with any stranger, whether they're gay or not, is like take
a few tequila shots and go get...
No, Stephanie.
Oh, I mean, no. I'm kidding. That's really your...
No. I can flirt. Separate. It's kind of 2 separate questions though. How do you tell someone's gay? But I think a good way to kind of figure it out is just like start having conversation. Always eye contact. No, not like that. And then I think...
What about this one?
Get it, you'll
when
be
you
able to gauge.
look at them in their eyes to the lips, in the eyes to the
Not
lips.
right away. That's creepy no matter what. Like, gay or not, that's just creepy. Once you start having that conversation, if they seem into it and engaged, then you can kind of move to like maybe doing a little like tap them on the arm, like tap, you know, as you're having a conversation. And then if they reciprocate, then you kind of build up.
I do find that body contact, like even slightly, you can tell by the way they're talking to you, the way they're facing you, and totally like touch. I think that's a big... Oh, they're kind of into it. But I do know people that are very handsy, so maybe they're just like really nice people. But
or if you want to make it very clear that you're into girls, you can kind of say, yeah, maybe like don't force it, but if it comes up, you can say like, you know, my ex-girlfriend or something like that, and just let them know that you're gay, because then maybe if they are gay, they'll be like, oh, did she just say ex-girlfriend? And then they'll maybe feel more comfortable.
I think that's a good one. That's a good one. Or you look across the room and you're like, that girl's hot. What do you think? And if they're like, yeah, she's pretty good looking.
Yeah, but then that could really take a turn, and she could be like, oh, that's rude. I'm sitting right here.
Right, but then
most girls
are not as hot as you. Just kidding. Don't do what I say. I like dropping the ex-girlfriend thing. I think that's a really good one. Like, oh, and it says you're single too.
Yeah,
which is like 2 birds.
Yeah, feed 2 birds with
1 scone. At a girl.
Yeah. Oh, I kept this question in because it's, how do you deal with a family who isn't accepting? It's sad to think that they won't be at my wedding. Sad face. And I kept this in because Kate Austin, we follow on Instagram. She's awesome. She does a lot of really in-depth posts about this exact thing. She talks a lot about it super openly, and they won't be at her wedding. So I think she's more equipped to answer questions and talk about that than we are. So
yeah, she just might be helpful to see if that's the situation.
For sure. How do you navigate being in a publicly gay relationship for the first time? I'm assuming you mean how do you deal with being open about having your first girlfriend or your first same-sex relationship around like your friends and your family and maybe your coworkers and stuff like that. I think honestly the best way, I think, is just to not really emphasize it. Yeah. That it's different than any other relationship you've had. And to just kind of be like, yeah, this is my girlfriend. And I find sometimes when you're a lot more relaxed and comfortable and confident about it, it makes other people more at ease, because they're like, oh, like, you're not uncomfortable about it, so I'm not gonna be uncomfortable about it. But if you're super like, here's my girlfriend, she's a girl, you know, then it's kind of like, okay.
But yeah, I think just go in with the confidence and be like, it's no different than anybody else's relationship, and that you're super proud of it. And then I think people just like won't care. The people that matter anyways, right? Yeah.
Was there ever any homophobia in the sports that you played?
Yeah, for sure. There's homophobia everywhere, whether it's in sports, life, like anything.
Is there anything like specific that you remember that you dealt with?
Not like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, we had like a really more butch lesbian shortstop my senior year, and people like, you could hear people kind of like chirping her, or I overheard like sometimes
like making fun of her for being
butchy. Not necessarily on my team, but I feel like other teams would like say that stuff about her. So I think like kind of rude comments like that. Super confident who she is, but I'm sure that doesn't feel good to hear that from other people.
I definitely saw some of that too, and you're right, it was typically more directed towards the more butch women, which is so really doesn't even have anything to do with being gay. So just kind of rude on all accounts, because you're judging someone for either their sexuality or just their appearance. So
yeah, it's horrible.
But I guess that's not even the question. The question is, did we experience it? And yes, definitely did. I think it's getting better and better and better. In college, I saw a lot less homophobia with the girls, and it was more like with some of the guys teams. Like I used to get shit from some of the guys on the baseball team and some of the guys on the football team. But for the most part, there's just so many more good people than bad people. So it just totally outweighs it. That's never been something that I really remember, unless like now that I get a question like this, I was like, yeah, there's actually many times that I saw it, but that's not my main experience, so I don't focus on that.
Yeah.
But I do, I'm not gonna tell the story. There was like a specific time Steph thinks I should tell the story.
Yeah, because I think it's just so dumb. And the thing is, it's like, it was a teammate too. Yeah. So like, that's even more hurtful, I feel like.
Yeah, so I remember I was getting ready for a game. I went to the washroom really quickly before we were about to start. And there was another one of my teammates, a newer teammate, who was getting ready at the sink. And obviously didn't know I was in the stall. I'm not even 100% sure she knew I was gay yet, because it was early on in the season.
But either way.
Yeah, and I heard her talking to someone else, and she was like, oh, I have to make sure that I put the ribbon in my hair. Because I don't know if softball players sometimes put these ribbons in their hair, which I also wore a ribbon in my hair.
I do.
But anyway, she was like, I have to put this ribbon in my hair so that nobody thinks I'm gay. And
what a dumb comment to make.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's not even homophobic. We've since talked about it.
Yeah, but you're a little insecure though to even make that comment. Like,
there's nothing wrong with people thinking you're gay.
That's the point. What does looking straight look like, and what does looking?
Yeah, it doesn't. Anyway, that was just a very specific time that. So I guess like I'm saying, it didn't really hurt my feelings, or at the time it definitely did, and it's still something that I still remember years later. So that was kind of. But whatever, I remember leaving the stall and I was just like, I better take this ribbon out of my hair because I don't want anyone thinking I'm straight. I also think that's something that could have really escalated, and at the time I was like, oh, so we're never gonna be friends, because I think that's an immediate kind of response, because you feel like it's a direct attack against you. But once I spoke with her about it, she felt so guilty and so bad, and she totally recognized that it was completely wrong to say. And yeah, like that, I think that's another lesson though from that, is that people make mistakes. So the best thing you can do is address it and be like, listen, I heard what you said. It hurt my feelings. It could hurt a lot of other people's feelings. It's just a shitty thing to say, and you should probably learn from that. But I've said shitty things in my life too that I would hate for people to judge me off one offhanded comment. So
as long as that person changes and isn't just like yeah whatever, or even feels bad at the time but then says something else dumb, then I'm like, well, you're doing the same thing again.
That was like literally last.
But that's a good point though, because usually sometimes I'm like, screw you, like you're a bad person. But you're right, one comment doesn't necessarily mean if they can change.
Yeah, totally. Do you still have times where you wish that you weren't gay? No, I have no time
for that. No. Ain't nobody got time for that. No. That's a sad thing to read, even honestly for me. That's because obviously that's coming from someone probably that does feel like that. but no.
Or might be thinking of it.
Yeah.
I just think it's something where being gay isn't everything. It's not who I am, but
Girl.
also it's a big part of me. So I would feel completely different. I wouldn't feel like me if all of a sudden I was like, oh, so no, I don't. And I think, I don't know, and it's amazing to be able to connect with like now kind of feel like you belong to a community.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a blessing in a way. That's it. I think that's
it.
Yeah,
Oh, we smoked it. Wow.
We answered a lot. Okay.
But thanks for sending in your questions, guys. Like, we really appreciate it, or your comments. I think it just helps us kind of connect with you guys more. I feel like we learn a lot from you guys and where people are and how you guys feel. So
thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys again soon.
bye, guys.
Baby, you're so high, I don't mind a little crazy.
Hey Stephanie, thanks for calling.
You're working at it. We're working at it.
I honestly feel fine. I just sound
Oh yeah,
crappy.
I remember. I'm not sick.
I'm not sick.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
Oh.
It's like your beard. And I really like that. Oh, I get a kiss even after that? Oh,
No.
she's fake.
Only because I fake choked you.